Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do a front aerial and a side aerial, and I hope this tutorial helps you get your front and or side aerial. Let's get started. So basically, step one is just stretching. You're going to want to stretch your good leg splits for your front aerial and your middle splits for your side aerial. My middle splits are bad, please don't judge them. You're also going to want to stretch your wrists. Now we're going to talk about the skills you're going to need to have. The skills for your front aerial are going to be a front walkover, because a front aerial is a no-handed front walkover, and a front handspring step out, which is just a front walkover where you run into it. For a side aerial, you're going to want to have a cartwheel and a one-arm cartwheel, because the one-arm cartwheel will really help you out. So if you have those skills for a front aerial, which is the aerial we're going to learn first, you're going to want to warm them up. Just warm up your front walkover, and that is enough for the first drill. You can actually warm up a few of them. And as you can see, I am pushing my head back a lot, and the reason for this is because in your front aerial, you're going to be watching the ground the entire time, because if you look, my left leg hits first, and whenever my left leg hits, I'm still looking back, and I don't stop looking back until my right leg hits. And the reason for this is just because you have to look at the ground. It's an absolute have. I try to teach my brother a front aerial on the trampoline, and he absolutely had to learn it where he was looking at the ground the entire time. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to put some leaves like I did onto the ground, and you're just going to attempt your front aerial with the leaves, and basically you're going to want to run a lot more than I did the first time. I was just showing one of my fails on that because I just thought, why not? And that is me looking at the leaves the entire time. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the approach, and the approach is just like this. It's kind of weird whenever you're not doing a front walkover or front aerial or whatever into it. Basically what it is the common approach. It's just the approach that I've seen most people use. This approach really helped me. Now, I am going to give the Cheernastics 2 a little bit of credit for this, because I had no idea how to approach my aerial until I did watch their tutorial, which helped me with the approach, and I'm kind of stealing their approach, so sorry about that. Anyways, basically all you're going to do in your approach is just throw your arms up by your head and then bring them down, and another thing you could try is doing it into kind of a dive front walkover. After you have tried the approach and you have also tried putting something on the ground and looking at it, you're going to just go for the skill, and whenever you just go for the skill, it's probably going to end up something like that. So what you're going to have to do is just make sure that you have a lot of power in your hurdle, and you're going to keep on trying it until you make it. This is what I did. It took me about 2 months to make this skill, and yeah, it also took me about 5 months to make a front handspring step out and a front walkover, so those took me longer. I don't know why. After a while of a lot of hard work and training, you will look a little something like that in your aerial. Also, whenever you do an aerial, make sure that if you are using mats, your mats are adjusted correctly. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my mats so much in this tutorial. Anyways, you're going to just keep on going for the skill until you get it. And yeah, the main things to remember are to look at the ground and hurdle high. Also, make sure that whenever you are doing your approach, you are doing it super duper strong. And if you are too scared, like I was for a while, to just go for the skill, you can just pop out on your hands. This is especially helpful if you don't have a mat, because whenever I first started trying this, I did not have a mat. And I was just so scared. You also might be too powerful, which means you've got to maybe cut down your running space or make your hurdle a tiny bit smaller. If you're too powerful, it's not a big deal, because being too powerful isn't that bad of a thing. Anyways, I really hope that you get your front aerial. Now let's move on to a side aerial. A side aerial is a skill that you also have to be very powerful in. People have told me you have to be flexible for these. I am a super unflexible gymnast, so you don't need to be flexible. You don't need your middle splits. You don't need to do anything like that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is a pop cartwheel, or kind of a dive pop cartwheel, where you're making, I guess, chicken arms in the air. And the way that you do this is you're just going to combine the two cartwheels. Like, you are going to combine a dive cartwheel like I just showed. I am so sorry. I am so powerful just because I'm not doing the aerial. And you're just going to combine that dive cartwheel with your pop cartwheel. And with the pop cartwheel, it's just helping you get that approach. What you can do to help with your side aerial is just grab some grass and do it while you're holding the grass. And last, but certainly not least, we're just going to talk about the approaches. The approach that I just showed you is the approach for your side aerial, and the approach that I showed you second was the approach for your front aerial. You kind of leap into it. The approach is very important that you have a high hurdle in it.